Hello guys, welcome to the first video tutorial of AngularJS for beginners. So in this video, we are going to get a little bit introduction of AngularJS, how it works, why it is important, and we will also see some examples of AngularJS, and we'll be seeing that how can we download the AngularJS zip file that I have downloaded just yet, and I will tell you about it. So first of all, let's get started and let's see what is AngularJS. So this is a very important question to ask, that what is AngularJS, because you might have heard about it a lot on a lot of platform when people usually say that it is a very important library when you create your websites. So I say that AngularJS is a JavaScript framework which helps us building web apps. That is the simplest definition that anyone could do for AngularJS. So that is the thing that you need to keep inside your mind, that JavaScript is the framework. AngularJS is a JavaScript framework using which you can create your own web applications. Okay, and we have a lot of examples on internet. If you go on your google.com and search for the websites that have been made by AngularJS, you'll have a lot of websites, and there are very famous websites which has been made in AngularJS. Okay, so the next thing is that it is perfect for single page apps. It is not like that you cannot create more than multi-page apps. You can create in AngularJS, but it is perfect. It works perfect in the form of single page apps, right? And AngularJS has been developed by Google, by an employee of Google back in 2009, and since then Google is working on it and they have made AngularJS perfect. Okay, so it works really good, and when we will work with that, you will come to know about that. So the next thing is, why AngularJS? Why do we have to use AngularJS? Because it supports the two-way data binding. That means that when you write something, for example, in the one place, it will come up in the other place or on the output without refreshing the page. So it is synchronizing your data with with time. Even if you are writing one thing, the same thing is appearing on the output instantly. So that means you don't have to refresh your page to see the output. Okay, the next thing is and we will see that two-way data binding. We will see that our next tutorial is about data binding, two-way data binding. And the next is dependency injection. AngularJS also implements dependency injection, and we will see that how it is important and what is dependency injection. We'll see in our upcoming video tutorials. And the next is directives and filters. What are directives and filters? I'll tell you shortly, but before that, just open your favorite browser. Right here in the bar, angularjs.org, and hit enter. When you will hit enter, after that, what you need to do, you will go here, download AngularJS1. Click on that and you will get something like this. Now you can do two things. Either you copy this link and you can integrate this into your HTML file where you will be using AngularJS, or you can download that in a zip format. Click here on the zip format and then download. I have already downloaded that, so I'm not gonna download that. Okay, so I will tell you that how will you integrate this file. So if you want to integrate this AngularJS library file into your HTML file, or you want integrate it using script tag, you cannot use AngularJS. Okay, so it's all about AngularJS file that do the work for you. Okay, so what are directives? Here is we have seen that directives and filters. So come here on the main page of angularjs.org and click here develop. go to API reference, and when you will click here, you will be taken to this kind of page. So in here, come down and you can see the option of directives here. Here we have so many types of directive, okay, and we will be using them shortly. Okay, so coming to the next slide, and that is about, let's do some examples. Okay, so in order to do some examples, we have to have a text editor, whatever it is. Open Sublime Text, Visual Studio, Notepad plus plus, etc. Whatever your text editor, whatever your favorite editor is for HTML or CSS writing or web developing or making web pages, open it up. And before we start, you need to know basics of two things, HTML and CSS. Make sure that you know a little bit of them and a little bit about JavaScript, and in that way I'll make things easy for you. Okay, so let's get started. Open it up. I have Sublime Text and I have created a file, and it is been stored here on my desktop. Here, Code Beginners, this is a folder name, and here you can see that index.html file has been created. So now that the file from AngularJS official website that I have downloaded, it's here. So I'll open it, and what I will do, I will simply extract it, or I will open it. Okay, extract here. If I extract here, what I need to do, I will just copy this folder. Okay, I will just copy this and I will paste it here in this folder of Code Beginners where my index.html file resides. Okay, so now when it will be pasted, after that in here I need to integrate that file, and I have told you, integrate that file into phases or into types, and what exactly those two ways are, you're gonna see that from here. On the home page you will select download AngularJS. Either you copy this link or you can specifically integrate the file, but what I will do, I will copy this link. I have access to internet, and I will integrate here by writing here script tags, script, and type is JavaScript. I don't need to write that because in HTML5 you don't, in the modern browser you don't need to specify that script tag shows JavaScript. So if you don't write that, it is okay. So now I need to write here source tags, and inside here I need to copy that link, whatever it is. Okay, that I have copied from there, so it is not actually copying. So I will again copy this, go here, paste it, and there you go. So because I have downloaded all my angular.min.js folder, so if I will remove this, still my file is going to work because I have downloaded the package and I have placed it in the same folder here. Okay, so you can see that angular.min file is right there. Alright, so if I copy this, if I paste here, you can see it will not make any difference, right? So now what you need to do next, you need to give an example, but before that, what I need to tell you, that we have a directive, and if you won't use that directive, your whole AngularJS is not gonna work. And what is that important directive that we are gonna use? And that is here ng-app. So if you will be using that, this for example, if I have used this directive with div tags, AngularJS is going to be implemented only inside this div tags. Whatever I will write outside this AngularJS will not have any effect on that. So let's see how can we do that. For example, I write here 50 plus 60 is equal to, and remember that Angular.js you write these things like this. So inside this, if I write the same 50 plus 60, I will have the output, because it will solve this portion for me because it is inside these two curly brackets. Okay, so let's see what we have on our output by saving this. If we save this, we go here, we see it, we hit index.html file, it will open up in our browser, and you can see 50 plus 60 is equal to 10. And I guess I don't need to put semicolons here, it will still work, right? So you can see that 50 plus 60 is equal to 10. You will say that how it's been calculated. It's because of these two curly brackets that I have put. That means that Angular.js file has to solve it, whatever is inside of that. Okay, so what if I do the same with another div tag? I copy paste the same thing, but this time you will see the difference. That, okay, save this, come to here, refresh, and you can see that it doesn't change, it is copy pasting as it is. Why is that so? Because of this ng-app directive. If I will use the same directive here, you will see we'll be having the same output. Okay, so here, oops, I didn't save this, I think. Okay, save this, and when we'll come here, okay, so you cannot use that ng-app directive twice in a program. Okay, so you have to use that only once, and by once mean you can apply it on all, either on all, or you can apply it only on one part of your code. So I want to apply it on all. Okay, so what I will do, I'll go to my HTML and I will write here ng-app, or I can write here in the body also, so it will be implemented on my whole HTML code. So now save this, go to your output, refresh this, and you will see that we have this kind of same output. Okay, so one more thing that I would like to tell you, that write two curly brackets, that is for AngularJS, and we know that, and inside here put one more bracket and write here, let's say, a name like Peter, and let's say write his age, and we want to retrieve the name from this kind of thing, from this data. I want to retrieve the name on my output. How I would do that? Right after this curly braces, I'll write here name dot name, and that will output this name. Okay, so let's save this and let's see what we have on our output. Peter should be on our output. So go to the browser, refresh, and you can see that we have Peter on our output. I will zoom it for you. You can see here Peter. Okay, so now let's say I want also the age. So what I will do, I'll remove dot name, I'll write here dot age. So now if I save this and refresh it, you can see that I have the age. This is the age right here, 40. Okay, so one more thing that I would like to show you, the one more example, and that is the last example of today, and that is about arrays. So let's say I have an array, and I have an array of names. In here I have names, and let's say John, let's say the other one is James. Okay, so we have these three names in one array, and what if I want to show this second name John? So for that I will come to know that this is on the first index, 0th index. Peter is on 0th index of the array, John is on the first index of the array, and James is on the second index of the array. So what I will do, I will just simply write here the index number of the array, and that is 1 that I want to display. So what I will do, I will go save here, when I'll go on my output, I'll refresh this. You can see that I have John here on my output. So what if I want to display James? I'll write here too. Okay, save this, come here, refresh, and you can see we have James on our output, that is on the second index. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed today's video, and now a lot of videos on Angular JS are yet to come, so please stay tuned and rate, comment, subscribe. Bye for now.